This one's called, it says Stitch Facts About Being Fat. And there's a title and it says Fit versus Fat Man Debate. Parentheses gets crazy at the end. So it's a stitch. So it's going to be a couple seconds and then a person's going to cut in, right? It's a stitch. It's like a sequence on Instagram or a stitch on TikTok. Let's see what happens.
The question is, why do you hate fat people, that you feel the disgust towards it?
Well, like I said before, it's a culmination of a bunch of bad decisions. You're less valuable when you're fatter because you drain resources, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I mean, in general, being...
Did you all know that your hormones affect how much you weigh?
I don't know where this is going. I'm assuming it's going to be like you can't control your fatness. Do you know that your lifestyle habits are going to control your hormones? We literally just talked for 20 minutes about endocrine disruptors and everything. So yeah, your environment will affect your hormones. So improve your lifestyle and what you do and how you treat your body. But let's continue.
Did you all know that being born in an area with food scarcity
Where's that?
makes your rate of chronic disease, including obesity, exponentially higher?
Where are these food deserts? I mean, if you're talking about like these burned out areas of like Chicago or Baltimore, like I get it. Like businesses, but again, this is because of liberal policies letting all the criminals out and not prosecuting crime. So you have these areas where businesses are not going to move in because they're going to get fucking robbed. The windows are going to get broken. Everything's going to get destroyed. That's why it perpetuates. That's why you have these areas that are always just shitholes, because what business is going to be like, oh, I'm going to open a business in the middle of South Central LA? Yeah, it's not going to go too well. You're going to have homeless everywhere, gangs. You're not going to open a business. It's not a prime spot to be an entrepreneur. Okay.
Did y'all know that the diet and fitness industry is an $80 billion a year industry? Did y'all know that pharmaceutical companies fund most of the nutrition and diet and fitness studies that are currently published?
Yep, based.
Did y'all know that the U.S. government and the people that serve inside of our government are lobbied by pharmaceutical, food, and diet and fitness companies?
Yes. Pause. Again, these things are not, this doesn't discount the fact that, you're in control of this, and this is based on the individual. So again, you see how close you can have, like, you can agree, yeah, the government's a fucking pile of shit. These pharmaceutical companies are piles of shit. These food companies are piles of shit. Yes. So we agree, but then you're going to be like, it's their fault. No. You take responsibility. Stop eating that shit. Make better choices. You have to. I mean, if you're born in the absolute ghettos of Baltimore, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's also luck of the draw. That sucks. But we have to, that's where crime and policing and actually cleaning up the cities. But again, it's a trickle down effect. It really is. There's so many different factors, but if there's a lot of crime and there's a lot of like destitution and homelessness and just insane people on the street, you're not going to open up a business there. So it's always going to be this perpetual cycle that just continues.
Did y'all know that women have a profoundly different hormonal cycle than men do? And
Pause. Got you.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Okay, so this is the same. Look, she's obviously going to vote Democrat. I mean, I'd be shocked if she didn't. Vote blue no matter who. So you're saying you know what a woman is? Again, it only serves the narrative. And I'm not, look, I don't know exactly I can guess. I'm assuming, okay? I'm taking a leap on what this person's beliefs are. But if you're going to use the argument that women have a profoundly different hormonal cycle than men do, but then you're going to talk about white supremacy, you're going to talk about the patriarchy, you talk about feminism and all this stuff. Like, women are not men are not women. So yes, they're different. Women and men are very different. We work together, synergy. So you can't have it both ways, right? The left and the deconstructionist approach is literally whatever quote unquote truth that you want to leverage to make your point. So the goalposts move constantly. So in this instance, women have a profoundly different hormonal cycle than men do. Yeah, no shit. So what? Women have to be fat? You're born to be fat. You're just going to be fat. You hear that, women? You're a woman. You're going to be fat just because you're a woman.
They store and gain and lose weight and muscle in a very different way. Did y'all know
Not
that
really. Not really. Not really. There's other factors, but you're going to build muscle with resistance training and progressive overload and quality nutrition and sleep, just like a man would, but not in the same capacity, of course. So gaining muscle and losing muscle and gaining weight and losing weight, it's still the same fundamental truth. It's still the same. Continue.
they store and gain and lose weight and muscle in a very different way? Did y'all know that the studies on caloric intake were done in a way that really don't apply to the vast majority of our population?
And how's that?
Did y'all know that the BMI, the body mass index that we use from an insurance and a coding
attacking the
billing
BMI.
perspective in the hospital, and we use to tell people if they're overweight
Say
or
white
not,
men.
is profoundly inaccurate for
How?
people who are tall, people
People.
who have extra muscle,
Yep.
people who are not white and typically not male?
Okay. So again, yes. If you know what BMI is, you know their limitations. You're not saying BMI is the be all end all. Yeah, if you're tall, it's not accurate. Yes, if you have more muscle mass, it's not accurate because it goes on weight and height. But if you're not exercising and you're just an average sedentary person, it's very accurate. It's very accurate. Okay. If you're not excessively tall, if you're not 6'9", most people are not. Most people are not over 6 feet, period. Very small percentage of the population. Most people are not professional bodybuilders or trained significantly. Again, right? If you have a heart, if you have ventricular hypertrophy, very bad if you're sedentary. But if you exercise or you do a lot of cardio and aerobics and you lift weights, yeah, you're going to have some ventricular hypertrophy because the heart wall thickens. It's pumping harder. Your muscle, your heart is a muscle. So the heart tissue will actually thicken. So it's context. If you have thickening of the heart wall and you just sit around all the time, very bad. If you exercise a lot, very good. Normal adaptation. Okay, so white man, white people, naughty. I don't know what this person is. This looks like the evolution of Sammy Sosa. If you know, you know.
Did you know that being categorized as overweight or obese actually helps you survive if you get admitted to a critical care unit in a hospital? Did y'all know that there
what?
are skinny people that are at higher risk of heart attack,
Yep.
diabetes, stroke, and cancer than people at higher risk of heart?
Do you know that there are skinny people that are? Yeah, I know unhealthy people that are unhealthy. This is why it's not about the body fat as much as we talk about it. It's about muscle mass. You're obese and your endocrine system doesn't function, your resistance, insulin resistance, like your body's blood sugar regulation system, so to speak, doesn't function properly because you have no muscle. And if you're too skinny, you don't have muscle. So build muscle, lift heavy fucking weights. That's the answer. That's the answer. Oh, you mean skinny people sometimes aren't healthy too? Oh no, that means it's okay to be fat. No, you both don't have any muscle. This woman just never lifts. You could tell she's fat. No muscle mass. Why? Why? You're walking the plank and then you're going to complain about getting wet.
Did y'all know that there are skinny people that are at higher risk
Yes.
of heart attack, diabetes,
Yes.
stroke, and
Yes.
cancer than people who have
Yes.
people who are overweight?
Yes.
Did y'all
Again, that doesn't change my point or anything. That doesn't change anything. Yes. Yes, there are skinny people that are unhealthy too. Very good. Very good. You must be new here. Again, that doesn't mean that obese is good. They're both bad. Low muscle mass, very bad.
know that your ability to put on muscle and your ability to lose and gain weight is really impacted by your genetics?
Not much. No. Your ability to build muscle by your genetics? No. No. It's going to be the progressive overload. You'll build muscle just fine. You'll build your ability to lose weight. No. Careful. You also might be more prone. Again, your likelihood of being obese, your likelihood is going to increase if your parents are obese, but also you're being raised from unhealthy people, right? If your parents are obese and they gave birth to you, yeah, your genes, your epigenetics, like your DNA is kind of scarred in that direction, but also you're getting fed garbage because they're eating the garbage when you're born and you're eating garbage since you were a fetus. Your parents were eating garbage when you're in the womb. If you're obese and you have a child, you're eating shit the whole time. You're eating shit the whole time. They're like, your body is like literally developing with garbage.
Did y'all know that the vast majority of people who lose more than 10
gain it back.
pounds
I gotta
gain
say.
it back within a year.
Okay.
And pounds.
The vast majority of people who lose more than 10 pounds gain it back within a year. Yeah, because people stop drinking some water or they do some stupid restriction and they start eating again. Oh my God, I lost 10 pounds and gained it back. Yeah, because people make terrible decisions. They don't change their habits effectively. Most people do not change their habits effectively. You know how hard it is to change lifestyle habits? How many times have people started exercising and quit? That's one of the reasons why I detest personal training. People don't actually fucking stick to anything. It has nothing to do with me as a quality personal trainer. People just don't stick to shit. They don't do what they should do when you're not there. It's just annoying. It's annoying. People don't help themselves. So it's like, fuck it. I'm a glorified spotter, you know, you eat this, do this, do this. Okay, well, yeah, but I didn't do this. It's like, you know, it's fucking nonsense. People don't stick to shit. So like you do something for a little bit, you do something for a couple of weeks and you stop. Yeah, you're going to make a little progress and then you're going to go back. That's it. That's it. You lift for 6 months. Wow, I lost 15 pounds. I put on 5 pounds of muscle. Wow, you stop. Guess what? It's going to go away and you're going to gain that shit right back. I did things great for a few months and I went back to my old habits and the weight came back. Oh no. You don't say. You stopped doing what you were doing and then it reversed. Let me tell you something. You get in your car, you put it in drive, and you step on the gas for 5 minutes. You're going to go 5 minutes in that direction. You put it in the R, and then you step on it again, you're going to go back. So that's kind of what you're doing. You're consciously just going back to where you started. You uptake the habits that if you have fat habits, right? And then you stop the fat habits. You get the swole habits. You start getting swole. You start feeling better. You do an elimination diet. You do the 90-day dash for 3 months. You lose 20 pounds. You feel better. You build some muscle. Your back pain went away. You're sleeping better. All that stuff. Let's just say, boom. A lot of you have had that experience. I'm not saying 90 days is all you need, but if you did everything right, you're going to see a lot of progress. Then let's say all of you right now, Cerny, PK, everyone that started, eating a certain way or doing these things or getting rid of these environmental toxins, let's say you go back and let's say you just say, you know what? Let's say I'm going to stop working out. I'm just going to start eating fast food all the time. I'm going to not give a fuck. Guess what's going to happen? I'm not going to look the same way. I'm not going to feel the same way. I'm going to go back. If you go back and do the same shit you did when you were feeling like shit and looking like shit, guess what? You're going to be there again. That's why you were there in the first place. It's not magic. If you understand how hard it is for most humans to make a change in their life and be consistent, yeah, 95% of diets fail. 95 to 98% of people don't stick to anything. They don't do it right and they fail. Most people fail most things. Most people don't stick to things. Most people don't do things right. Most people do things half-assed. Most people don't really fucking care. Most people say they're going to do stuff and don't do it. How many times have you told yourself you're going to do something and you didn't do it? Most people do that all the time with everything. So you have this study like, wow, most people fucking give up. Oh my God, I'm glad we spent $100 million on that study. Great information. Most people don't follow through with shit. I didn't know that. You know how you know? Walk around. Most people are fat and fucking dying. We're all dying, I guess. But most people are fat and sickly. Why? Because they don't do these things. How many times have people started a diet? Like, oh, well, I've done this. I used to be this and I used to do that when I was your age. Yeah, but you stopped. When I was your age, I used to do that. Yeah, I used to play football in college. That was 20 years ago, bruh. I started this, I've gained and lost. Like, I'm going to get back on the pony this time. Like, I gained weight and I lost weight and I tried this and I tried that. Yeah, you never stuck to anything. And of course, it's hard to stick to something when you do something that's not stickable in the sense that you do some weird diet. Wasn't there like this lemonade maple syrup Beyonce thing like several years ago? And people taking like, wow, my God, I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks because you're not eating food. And then, of course, you have to eat fucking food again. Then you gain the 20 pounds back. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, my God, most diets fail. You do stupid shit, it's not going to work. You do things that are fundamentally wrong that you can't stick to, you're not going to maintain. It's fucking obvious. And most people are weak. Most people don't follow through. Most people have no conviction. Most people have no purpose and no understanding and no framework for why they're doing what they're doing. I don't want to look like this. I want to look like her online. I want to look like him. I don't want to put on too much muscle. I want to lift weights, but I don't want to get too big. It's like everyone wants like, I don't want to do anything, but I want the results. Cool. You're not going to get any results. You're not going to get any fucking results. I don't even feel bad about it. You're not going to get any results.
I don't want to get too big. I don't want to build too much muscle. I'm a woman, but I put on muscle too fast.
That doesn't happen. You're just too fat on top of the muscle. And you're mistaking like swelling or inflammation, or you're still eating too much cake. You're just lying to yourself. You know, no one puts on muscle too fast unless you're taking fucking tests, unless you're juicing. You get some newbie gains. No, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. All right. You want to lose weight for a girl cruise, you lose 20 pounds of water and then you'll gain it back on your first margarita. And you're still going to look like shit. You're going to lose 20 pounds unhealthily, water weight, probably muscle mass too, before like some cruise. And you're going to gain 30 fucking pounds. You're going to come back 10 pounds fatter. And then you're going to complain, oh my God, I'm so bloating. Now I'm going to get after it. Now I'm going to work out. Yeah, now I'm going to sweat and get this all off. People are playing games with water weight. They're losing 10 pounds, gaining 10 pounds, losing 5 pounds, gaining 10 pounds, pretending like it's fat. It's just water, most likely. Most of it. So anyway, most people just quit most things. I have the card over here. I always talk about it. Most people don't. Literally, everyone does these, right? You do a cleanse. Melissa says master cleanse is a lemon juice thing. Basically starve yourself. Yeah, I want to do a 3-day cleanse. I lost 10 pounds because you starved yourself for 3 fucking days. I didn't eat anything for 3 days. Well, I wonder how you lost weight. You kept on pooping and you didn't eat anything. And guess what? Once you have your first, I don't know, bite of food, you're just going to retain a lot more water and gain that shit back. They cut carbs, right? You're going to flush out water when you cut carbs, so you get flat and kind of dehydrated. That's why people don't like lifting heavy weights with no carbs. And then they eat rice again. All of a sudden, I get bloated again. And I'm not even talking about the proper foods. People go back to eating the shit that was causing them gut inflammation, right? Now, we're not talking about quality animal-based nutrition. We're talking about people doing some extreme diet and caloric restriction and like water flushing. And then they go back to eating the garbage grains and vegetable oils and seed oils that they were before and wonder why they gained it all back. Well, you were poisoning yourself, then you starved yourself, and then you poison yourself again. I wonder why you didn't get results. I know. Why didn't you get results? Just tired of people's bullshit. You're full of it. You're full of shit.